Battlefront 4 was apparently going to focus more on not just the factions that we already knew and the heroes that we already knew. It was pretty much going to step into a Star Wars what if.
Oh.
So the heroes and the villains that we would have seen in Battlefront 4, I mean, let me just show you.
Oh god.
Redeemed Vader.
What?
Based on Hayden Christensen. So look at that. So this is the first one. This is my favorite one. Look at him.
That is so cool.
So they were gonna include like a ton
That's
of
so cool.
like what if, so like light side Vader or redeem Vader
EA take notes.
or like EA take notes. Either like something like this or like a dark side Obi-Wan or a dark side Luke, which those are both on here. So we'll take a look at them.
I love Star Wars what ifs.
Yeah, and look, and this is something like the Redeemed Vader. I think that's something that so many people have already kind of like I think a lot of us have always kind of speculated like, oh, what would he look like if he did live after redeeming himself, right?
So is this Vanilla Ice Cream Vader? Or...
Technically, but it's still him like young. Like you can still see that it's Hayden Christensen, right? But it's he's got the same scar. He looks freaking awesome, by the way. And then they did. What's funny is they did a version with the eyebrows burnt off. So it was pretty funny. But I love this one is absolutely awesome. And then there's freaking Dark Obi-Wan.
Yo,
look at this. So this is old Ben. So it's like old Ben, or this is pretty much Obi-Wan if he stayed in the Empire.
Wow.
Like, and look at how cool the details here are. So he still has like that like Clone Wars style armor or Vader style armor, right? Like the chest piece. So yeah, here Vader style Sith collar. And honestly, I like the version of him with hair better.
Yeah, it looks more like him.
More like him, but it's still really cool. Like look at him. And then he's wearing like the Imperial officer uniform.
Dude.
I absolutely love this design for him.
I don't mean to go on a side tangent, but I think it's like a really interesting conversation.
Yeah. What?
I think Obi-Wan is one of the best Jedi of all time because of everything he lived through. He never fell.
Yeah.
But in this
not only did he never fall, but he never broke his vows as a Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
He never, ever.
Yeah.
He said he would have. He said he would have.
I would have if you told me, but I would have left.
And
then sinned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But my question is, if Obi-Wan did fall, what do you think would have done it? Of all the things, like, would it be Satine? Would it be Anakin falling? Would he join Anakin?
We already know it would not have been Satine because we see Satine die in his arms. So that alone, like, how strong do you have to be to not fall?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Happened to the best of us.
So
right?
It would have to be something that didn't happen, you mean?
It would have to be something that didn't happen. And I'm trying to think of what.
Maybe.
I think that, I don't know. It's hard to say because Obi-Wan, like you're saying, it's like he was the best example of a Jedi.
He lost his master, didn't fall. He lost his Padawan, didn't fall. He lost the love of his life, he didn't fall.
Maybe
so, like, what would
he lost because we have a redeemed Anakin. Imagine Anakin turns, Obi-Wan finds out, Obi-Wan then joins because he feels guilty, and then Anakin comes back, but Obi-Wan stays.
You mean you could see Obi-Wan joining Anakin in an attempt to bring him back?
The only way I could see Obi-Wan ever following this path is if the transition from the Republic to the Empire was more low-key. More gradual.
Like instead of Order 66?
Where he was slowly... Not just him, but him and other Jedi were slowly like
dissuaded,
seduced by the dark side.
Like Dooku?
Kind of, maybe. like
Well, a little bit
Dooku,
slower, but
Like well-intentioned.
Yeah.
I
But
think
frustrated.
here
Mhm.
that you made me you triggered something. I think that if along the lines of Dooku, where he has spent his entire life serving the Jedi,
Mhm.
the Jedi Order, not just the Jedi Order, but the Republic,
Yeah.
and he held his master in his arms as he died, fighting the first Sith in 1,000 years, right? So
Traumatized.
Yeah.
he his master died. His pretty much his father dies in his
Yeah.
arms,
Damn.
but he goes on. He
Yeah.
keeps going. Then the love of his life dies in his arms. He keeps going. If Anakin would have died
Oh.
and they kept going,
Oh
Shit.
shit!
if Anakin
yeah.
died, I think that is when it would start like tipping, like a tipping point.
Because no, you're right. Because so much of Obi-Wan's faith is in the
Is
prophecy
in the
of the
prophecy
chosen one, of Anakin
Imagine if he
returning
started
and
getting
defeating
neglected,
And
Sith.
though.
Anakin is the
So-
reason that his master died.
Yeah.
Not
So-
not it's not
Yeah, yeah,
Anakin's
yeah.
fault. But,
No, yeah,
you know.
yeah. But yeah, that ideal of because he held on to the prophecy for so long.
Not just
And
that. It's like
he
it was
believed-
his master's dying wish.
Yeah.
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 And if Anakin died, then Qui-Gon would have died in vain.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, I want to see a what if.
that would be so
A what
fucking
if
interesting.
argument, dude. A what if argument. Like, Padme pissed the hell off because of it and resenting
Look.
Obi-Wan.
Look, okay, let me go
Oh,
let me go deeper,
shit.
and this is gonna get dark. This is gonna
Whoa,
Go
it's gonna
ahead.
be
Jump
crazy.
in.
this
Dive in.
is gonna get dark. I think that the only way I could see Obi-Wan becoming this is if Anakin died, because then that would lead him down like dark thoughts of, well, then my master died for nothing,
Yeah.
and what am I fighting for?
Yeah.
What
And
what are we
Anakin
doing?
was his
Yeah,
responsibility.
Anakin was his responsibility.
So he'd feel
It was
guilt.
pretty much his son or his
Yeah.
his little brother, right?
Yeah.
And not just that, but if Padme died the way she died in canon in the movies, I don't think she would have made it through childbirth if Anakin died.
Oh.
So then
You mean
Padme-
if she knew Anakin died?
if Anakin died while she was pregnant, I think she would have died. Like, I think she would have lost the kids, and maybe she could have died.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Okay, because that is what kills
Because
her
it's
in the
such a
movies.
huge trauma
Yeah.
Dang.
of Anakin dying, and then
Yeah.
I
no,
think
that's
that would have.
very like
And
possible.
then if Obi-Wan saw that happen to Padme, and not only that, like, she loses, it's very dark. I
Yeah.
said it was gonna be very dark.
no, but yeah.
And she loses like the kids, and then she dies or whatever,
and then just
and then
everyone's just
and then
gone.
and then
No.
what happens in Revenge of the Sith, which is, I think Palpatine would have still taken over.
Oh yeah.
He still would have taken over.
He had plan
Shit would have
B,
still
C,
happened.
D, E,
I
F,
think
G, H, I,
I think
J.
that eventually what would have happened with Obi-Wan would have been, my master died for nothing.
Yeah.
My
Apprentice.
apprentice, the chosen one, or the one we believed to be the chosen one, died
Yeah.
for nothing. His wife that I knew he had in secret
And never
And
said
his
anything
children
about yeah.
died for nothing. And now you're telling me that this entire war was a sham?
Damn.
I think he would have gone to face the Emperor,
Yeah.
and instead of killing the Emperor or the Emperor killing him, the Emperor would have turned him with all of that anger and frustration that was coming out of them.
Dude.
After figuring out that the entire war, everyone that's died, not just clones, but Jedi and civilians and the
Yeah.
people that he's loved, they all died for nothing. Because then at that point, there's no hope. There's no Luke. There's no Leia.
yeah,
there's no Anakin.
There's no
There's no
chance
hope.
of.
It would have been him and Yoda maybe, but
Question though, in that timeline, since Anakin's dead, who's the protagonist? Who's
it would be Obi-Wan.
no Obi-Wan's?
Oh, if
turn.
he turns, if he
Yeah,
turns.
in that timeline
That's the
specifically.
thing. Maybe Yoda. Probably Yoda. Because then, if let's say for argument's sake, because there's so many angles that we would have to take into consideration. Let's just narrow it down to what we see in Return of the Jedi. Right?
Yeah.
Is we see like the main people that survive. It's Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin obviously becomes Darth Vader, Palpatine. So like pretty much the people we see in the OT, right? Anakin would be dead. Padme would be dead. There would be no Skywalker children. So it would just be Palpatine. So it'd be Palpatine, Obi-Wan, and Yoda.
Yeah.
I think Obi-Wan would go face Palpatine.
Oh, what about Ahsoka though?
Ahsoka. That's right.
What about Windu? He wouldn't have died.
True. Well, we don't know because let's say Order 66 still.
But come on, he would
yeah.
He would have pulled a Yoda.
Chances are he would have lived. Chances are he would have lived. But then let's say, I don't know. There's so many. There's so many.
Yeah, when you kill Anakin, it completely changes everything.
It
like
changes
every
everything.
timeline, he's the nexus point. Of,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, pretty much.
So
I could see it happening where instead of Mace, Kit, and the other Jedi that go with him to face Palpatine, I could see it being Mace, Obi-Wan, a frustrated Obi-Wan that wants revenge for his or like that wants justice for Anakin and everyone who's died. So it would be Mace, Obi-Wan, possibly Yoda.
And Ahsoka wouldn't be there?
I don't think Ahsoka would be.
She would be at the Siege of Mandalore still?
Probably.
Okay.
But then again, Obi-Wan was part of the Outer Rim sieges. He was on... For argument's sake, let's say he doesn't go do that. No.
Okay.
Let's say they find out Palpatine is the Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe Palpatine is the one that kills Anakin.
Yeah.
When Anakin's like... When he reveals himself as the Sith Lord, maybe that's instead of Anakin going, I'd certainly like to, he does try to kill him, but then Palpatine gets the better of him.
Yeah.
Right? So then Palpatine is revealed to be the Sith Lord that they've been looking for. Then Obi-Wan, Mace, and Yoda, let's just say they go. And I would totally see Obi-Wan losing his grip and trying to kill Palpatine. And then maybe Mace tries to stop him.
Oh.
Right? It kind of flips. Yeah. Where Mace tries to stop him and saying, hey, that's not the Jedi way.
He's like, screw that.
And not only that, they're in front of the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. Because Yoda's there.
Yeah, so Yoda's like, what was that?
And then I could see the way he turns is he's trying to kill Palpatine, but ends up killing Mace for getting in the way.
True.
And then it's like, you can't undo that.
And you can't undo that. Well, that's why Anakin, bent the knee.
That's great. That's fucking crazy. Like,
yeah.
Lucasfilm. We gotta write this one.
Lucasfilm hired this man.
I don't know. That's how I could see it happening, because I don't think it would just be like, oh, I'm sad and he becomes
it's like
Junior.
He lets his emotions get the best of him
when he never has.
Makes a mistake.
Yeah. Because at this point it's like I've spent my whole life believing in these values and these ideals.
Yeah.
And then at the end of all of this, it was like none of it mattered.
Yeah.
Everyone died for nothing.
Yeah.
And then he would find out, well, all of this has just been Palpatine pulling the strings. Yeah. And in reality, he's the only one, like, he's the reason anything good or bad has happened in these past however many years.
And, like, he had no control over his own life.
Exactly.
Like, he thought he had control. Like, he thought he was making his own decisions.
Yeah, that breaks anyone, dude.
He
exactly.
Thought he
That's
was,
what I mean.
You know?
The only reason that Obi-Wan did not fall to the dark side after episode 3 in canon, I would say, is because there was hope.
Yeah, there was a plan.
There was a plan. There was hope.
I think that moment came to him, when he saw the birth of...
Yeah, when he saw the kids. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he still had... Like, I think he still had...
He got a new a not dying wish, but when Yoda said, "Hey, you take Leia to
Yeah.
Organa,"
And then you're gonna train with Qui-Gon.
yeah,
I don't know. It's very hard to say because Obi-Wan is like the Jedi that I know realistically would never fall.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
I think he would die before he fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
But that was a really like solid theory.
Yeah.
Of like an alternate.
Well, thank you.
How many more
Just came up with it.
pictures are there?
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
Who else
There's a
are
bunch.
we gonna...
We're on the second one.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that highlight. If you want to check out another one, you can click here, or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click here. You can also go down below to subscribe and keep up with us throughout the week, and we'll see you in the next one.